Hi and welcome to linear search tutorial developed in C#. Okay, let me show you guys how this works. I have a reset button. We might as well reset this. There we go. And at the same time, the data that I have on the list box is all refreshed. Look at that. Alright, let's search for whatever value in there. Now click on search. It's telling us 564 not found, and there's a barcode here also displayed telling you this value not found. Okay, we can reset and enter another number. Let's assume we're entering 414. There we go, value found. Exit if we want. There. Yes, and let's exit and start a new program. There we go. Now let's start a new project. I'm going to click on create new project. Okay, let's make sure C++ is selected and we click on next. There we go. Let's give our project a name. I'm going to call that CPP linear search. Okay, linear search 1, and let's click on create. There, and right there. So let's click on the solution explorer. There we go, and here you can see the properties. Here click on the properties and this dialog box pops up. Now in this dialog box, make sure your configuration manager is 64-bit if you are using 64-bit. So I'm going to change mine to make sure it is 64-bit. Okay, right there. But if you're using 32, then you set it for 32. Now the next thing is come straight to the configuration properties here and then select linker, and then you select systems. Inside the system, you see where we have subsystem. Click on that and change that. Select window, subsystem window. Without this, you won't be able to create your form. So these are the steps to create your form. Once Windows subsystem is selected, now let's select advanced. Inside the advanced, you see the entry point. Change that to main. There we go. And let's click on apply and click on OK. There we go. That's done. Now that that is done, let's come straight to the name of our project here. That's the name of my project, CPP linear search 1. Right click on it and let's select add new item. Click on that, and right here this dialog box pops up with all the template of the UI that I want. I'm going to select UI and select window form. And right here you can see the name of your form, myform.h. So keep that name. If you want to change it, the choice is yours, but I intend to keep that name, myform.h. Click on add. There we go. There's going to be an error because we need to add 1 or 2 lines of codes to get the form active. There we go. That's it. We have an error. Let me take you guys straight into C# forum. Okay, as you can see, there's an error there. If I double click on my form.cpp, that's where I'm going to enter the lines of code I intend to copy from this forum. There, click on that very forum. That is the forum there. Inside this forum, there are some lines of codes that will assist you in creating your form. Those are the lines of codes. Alright, I'm going to copy that. Copy, and I can minimize that right here, paste that very lines of code in here. I will end up with an error asking me to change the name of my file. So just highlight that and just enter CPP, whatever the name of your form is, of your project is. That's my project right there, and this error should be gone now. See that? Gone. So let's run my program now. Click on run, and right there, that's the form. But the problem is this form is not active because we have to log off and log back on to more or less compile the the whole system so that the form will appear right here. So I'm going to log off everything. Just close that. Make sure it is saved though. Save. It's saved, and come right here, just log off. There we go. So we're now back into the new system, and that's my file there. Now let's go to our Solution Explorer. Click on the Solution Explorer, and that is your file right there, myform.h. Double click on myform.h. There we go, it's coming up now. Right, that is my form. So select the form and go straight to the properties here. I'm going to change the size of the form to about 1248 by 564. There we go. And let's come right here and change the color. Yeah, let's change the background color to cadet blue. There. Now I'm going to come straight to the tools here, select the tools, and let's grab a panel. There we go, and just drag it that much. I'm going to change the color of the panel to something a little bit lighter, bring it down that much, and let's change this panel to control. That is the original color, control, that's fine. There. Now let's come right here. You see the tools. Let's go for list box. I need one list box there. Grab that and just drop it around here. That's fine. Okay, now I'm going to go for label. I need one label here, 2, 3, and I'm going to need one right underneath here, then one here. There, those are my labels. And I also need text box. Come right down here, grab a text box, one text box here. Then I need 3 buttons. Come right here, one button here, 2 and 3. There. Now let's select all of these components and increase the font size. So I will come straight to the properties here and just change the size. Let's change the size to, apart from this very one, I'm going to have to change that again. I'm going to change the size to something readable. Let's make it about maybe 28. Yeah, 28. There. This very one here, I'm going to change that. Let's change the font of that very one to barcode font. There, that is it right there. Okay, I'm going to increase the size of that to maybe, let's make that about 40, and let's make sure it's regular. I don't want it to be dark. There, that is it right there. Okay, for you to get your barcode, if you're interested in that, just go straight to your browser. Right here in your browser, all you need to enter is that font. Okay, thatfont.com. That's it right there. There you can download your barcode, get it installed onto your system, and so on. I've already installed it. I will include the URL straight into my description area. So select this very label, and now let's change the name, whatever data we have on now, and let's change it to enter search value. Okay, that's cool. Now the next one here, we change this to search result, and this is going to be generate or generated number, and that is going to be the generated number there. Okay, now change the name of that list box to LST number. There we go. And this, let's change the name of that as well. And this is going to be txt search value. There. The next one here, I'm going to change that to, let's make it LBL result, search result. There we go. And this one is the barcode, so let's change this to LBL barcode. All done. So let's speed up this one. Those are just btn search, and the text content is going to be search. Come right down here, change that to search. There, I'm going to speed that up and I will get back to you guys. Alright, all done. But just this label here, you see this very label? I'm going to change one or two things in there. You see where we have auto size, I'm going to make that false, and the color, let's change that to white. Let's change it to white. Right, and the text, the border, let's change the border to fixed 3D, and come right down here, get rid of the text content on it, and just expand it that much. There we go. The text content needs to be gone. There. Okay, that's it all done. So let's take care of the coding part of it. So double click on the form itself, and right here I'm going to declare the following variable. I'm going to make that constant. Let's say constant int, and that's going to be, let's call it list size equals, let's make it about 1000. There. And right underneath, I'm going to create a function that I'll use to populate the list box. So let's give the function a name. I'm going to call it private column, and I'll call it, let's say system column void, because it's not going to return any value, field number, enter parentheses, press enter, and enter curly brackets. Now the first thing is I'm going to declare an integer. I'll call that I, and I, let's get rid of that. Now let's use the for loop, but before then I might as well create an object here before creating that for loop. Let's say object random, this very one I'm calling that, and let's assign the name for it. It's going to be rand, let's say equals garbage collector for new one, and it's going to be a random object there. Now let's go for a for loop. For I equals 0, I let's say is less than my declaration here, the constant. Bring that and just paste it in here, there, and all I then need to say is I increment I plus plus. Okay, now let's open up that and enter curly braces in there. So the next thing I'm going to say is int, okay, let's say random number. Okay, that's fine. Random number is okay, equals rand dash to the next value. There, and we start from 0 to 1000. Okay, now the next thing we want to do now is lst num, that's my list box, dash items, and the item that is going to be adding is going to be the round number or random number that I declared in here. So grab that and just paste it right in there, and that is it. Okay, at the same time I also want this to, let's say txt, I want the cursor to focus right in here, dot, let's say focus there. Alright, that is it, done. So I'm just going to grab this now, and I'll call that inside my form load. Okay, so let's go to the design and double click on the form. Double click on the form, see where we have form load, press enter and paste that in here, enter semicolon. Okay, that makes life easy writing out a function, because I'm going to be calling this function as well inside my reset button. So let's come back in there, double click on the reset button, double click on reset, paste the function in there as well, and let me go for LBL dot text. We want to clear that, so since I'm here, LBL this dot clear as well. Then I'm going to repeat the same thing for txt clear there. Okay, that is it, done. So I've taken care of reset and I've taken care of the function. So let's run it. That's the function, guys. Now run. There we go, guys. Look at that. Okay, you see the numbers generated. Okay, now let's come back in here. May reduce the size of the numbers. Let's reduce the size of these so that we can see the numbers properly. Let's go for maybe 20. Yeah, that's fine. Alright, so let's come in here now and double click on search. And right here, this is where I'm going to take care of the linear search itself. First of all, I'm going to declare an integer, and this integer, the data type, or sorry, the variable is called index. Then I'm also going to declare a boolean, and I'm just going to call that, let's use an uppercase, I'm going to call that found, and let's say target there. All right, so now let's initialize, or we can even initialize that here right away. Initialize that as 0. Okay, that is taken care of, just to create some space. And I can also initialize this with, let's say, is false there. And for targets, what I'm going to do is I'm going to say string, let's call that set target. Set target. Okay, that's one variable there, equals convert column to string. And what am I converting to string? That's going to be the value inside txt search dash TextBox text. I'll come right here, enter that. Okay, now let's correct this. That's supposed to be string. There we go. Okay, the next thing we want to now do is target equals convert column to integer, let's say int 32. Okay, and what I'm converting to int 32 is going to be the content inside set target here. Grab that, paste that in here. There. I'm now going to assign this target into the index. So let's say index equals target. There we go. Okay, now let's say do while. Okay, if LSE number dash items, there should be an S there. I think that's uppercase. Alright, dash item, and if it contains dash contains, and whatever index that I have in here, grab that very index and just enter that in here. if it contains that. Now in that case, well, first of all, let's just enter it in a coil of braces. We then ask the system to display the found equals true. Okay, now let's come here and just use found equals true. Now let's use else if. No, let's use else. Else index equals index, yeah, that's correct, plus 1. Okay, there. Now let's use while underneath here. I'm going to say while found equals false and index is less than and equals to list size. In that case, if found equals true, then we're going to have to display some message, right? So let's see. I'm going to come down here first. Let's open up another coily braces there. Okay, if it's found, let's declare another string and call that cTarget equals convert column to string, and that is going to be target, right there. And in that case, once the LBL result dash text equals found, and let's add the value that was found. The value found is cTarget. There we go. Else open up curly braces. Else all of these, if it's false, I'm going to grab all of these. Oh, we need to add plus here. Grab all of these and paste that in here. In that case, it's going to be not found. Let's say not found. So that will be cTarget. Let's enter the cTarget. I'm going to change this to iTarget because I've already used it here. iTarget is not found. So paste that in here. There. And enter a plus sign. Okay, and change this to iTarget as well. There we go. Okay, right underneath here, I'm now going to say LBL barcode dot text equals whatever I have in here. This very one. Grab this, paste that in here. There, and that is all there is to it. Okay, guys. So that is it. I'm gonna have to delete this. There will be 2 of those now. That is it now. Alright, let's run it and see how that's gonna work. Okay, that is fine. So let's run. Click on run. There we go. That is it right there. So the numbers are generated. Let's enter whatever value in there. Not found. We need enough room here. Okay, and let's click on reset. There. This one is not resetting. Okay, let's come back in here. I'm going to go straight into the resets. Let's double click on the reset. Double click on the reset, and right here let's enter lst dot item. Undo that. Items dot clear. So let's clear it. There we go. That should take care of that. Okay, so let's run it one more time. Alright, run. So let's search for whatever value is in here. 104. Search, found. There. Okay, it's working fine. And now let's click on reset. There we go. Clear the whole system and start all over. See that, guys? That's how you create your own linear search. But there's a problem. If I enter that, you see that? That will give me an error. So let's find a solution to that. What I'm just going to do is I'm going to enter 1 or 2 lines of code just to stop the end user from entering any character in there. So let's go to the properties, right click, let's select the properties and select the event. Okay, I'm going to enter in there numbers only and press enter. So numbers only inside the key press, as you can see, that is the event key press, and let's press enter. And let's say if not char column is digit, if not char is digits, open a bracket, e dot key character key char, close that, and key char, let's grab it instead of typing it, paste it right here, is not equals, let's say 0 times 0, 8. Enter 8 in there. In that case, we're gonna say e dash handle equals true there, and that should take care of that. Okay, that's it. So let's come in here now, and this, let's just carry out 1 or 2 amendments. You see the data in there, I'm going to delete that. There, get rid of that, we don't want that, and just tidy up these. Okay, and this very one here, paste that in there. Maybe reduce the font size on it. Where's the font? Let's make it something a little bit friendly. Let's go for about 36. Yeah, and just increase this more, maybe all the way, whatever. That is fine. So let's run it one more time. So click on run. There we go, guys. Alright, so let's enter the value, whatever value there, and let's see if we can enter any other character. No, we cannot, though you guys might not be able to see that. And we also need to enter a space in here. Look at that. So we might as well get that tidy up. Let's come right here, come straight down here. That is it here. We need a space in here. Yeah, that is fine. Now run one more time. Click on run. Okay, so to prove to you that this works, now I'm going to use my on-screen keyboard. There we go. Try to enter whatever value there. Now nothing is happening. So let's enter some other numbers and minimize that. Search, nothing found. Now reset. Okay, now let's enter value that can be found in there. So I'm going to enter, nope. So let's enter 2, 0, 6. Okay, we can close that now. There, found. So with that, guys, I'm going to call it the end of this tutorial. Suppose you guys enjoyed, and please do subscribe to my channel, and you can also join to be a member of the channel. And you all have a nice day now. Bye for now.